Hi guys, welcome to the first session of the 7th to 8th grade Math Kangaroo competition training. My name is Deepali and I'll be one of your teachers.
My name is Ishka and I'm one of the other teachers.
Yep, so most of you guys have been in, or actually some of you have been in Math Kangaroo last year, so you know that like the style of the questions, but this year the questions will get harder. Since you're moving on to 7th and 8th grade. And so we want to focus on timing and efficiency so that you guys can answer quickly and get the questions right.
So does everyone know about Math Kangaroo, or is there anyone new that want a quick introduction to what Math Kangaroo is about? Just raise your hand if you would like a quick introduction.
I can just give a quick refresher.
Yes,
So,
please go ahead, Dipali.
yeah, so Math Kangaroo for grade 7 to 8 has 30 questions, and you'll have 75 minutes to answer these questions. Your questions will be split into 3-pointers, 4-pointers, and 5-pointers.
And what kind of questions are these, Dipali?
Yeah, so 7th to 8th grade will cover a lot of geometry and like analytical thinking, visualization, as well as some algebra too.
Okay. And how is Math Kangaroo problems different from what we typically do in school for math? Is there any difference?
Yeah, so compared to the problems in math, in school, it's your problems in school are mainly just solving with the numbers and just applying the concepts, but here we have to focus on applying out of the box thinking, so more on analytical and like thinking beyond what your math classes are teaching you. So the question types are more focused on the logical reasoning and finding patterns and trying to do things like that.
Okay. Any questions? If not, maybe the kids can take a minute to introduce themselves. We don't have a lot, so Dipali, maybe you can call one by one and just a quick introduction. You can say your name, your grade, and anything nice or fun that happened to you this week, or any other interesting fact that you want to share.
Mhm. Let's start with Rakesh.
My name is Arav, and I'm in sixth grade.
Nice to meet you. What school do you go to?
I go to Vandeventure.
Which city is that in?
Dallas.
Okay.
Frisco.
Oh, Frisco. Okay, nice to meet you. Tejasvi?
Hi, I'm Tejasvi. I'm in eighth grade. I go to Copel Middle School North.
Nice to meet you. Neil?
Hi, my name is Neil. I go to CMSN.
And other Arav?
He must be driving, so we'll let him be.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
And
I
My name's Shrishti, and I'm in 7th grade at Copel Middle School North.
nice to meet everyone. Were you saying something?
no, you can take it from here, Dipali.
Okay, we can go to the next slide. All right.
So these are some Rebus puzzles. So this is a picture puzzle, and try to figure out the word or phrase that they mean.
Just shout out
Good.
what you think it is.
Maybe you guys want to explain what does that puzzle mean? Dipali?
Oh, yeah, so the Rebus puzzles are basically like you have to try to look at the words and there's something different about the words. So you have to figure out what's different and then see how you can translate that into a phrase. So for example, if I took the letter P and I broke it in two, I could say that the letter P is split. So it would be split pea, like split pea soup. So you have to figure out like there's different colors or maybe different orientations of the letters, and then see how that can make a phrase.
Yeah, try to figure out what's being done to the picture.
The fast is broken apart, so I'm gonna guess breakfast.
Yeah, that's
Breakfast.
correct.
Breakfast. Sea clock.
No.
Breakfast
This one's
clocksy.
a phrase. This one's a long-ish phrase.
And make sure you like view them in order. So the clock's on top, so whatever like part of the phrase has to do with the clock will come first, and then the one with the C.
Breakfast 7C.
Oh no, they're two different
Oh,
ones.
they're the two different ones, yeah.
So the
Breakfast.
first one is breakfast. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And the
only
second
one.
one, so the clock and those alphabets is the second puzzle?
Mhm.
Okay, so all right, so let's guess the second one.
7Cs.
No, it's not 7. What's being done to the clock?
It's
It's being stretched out.
Mm-hmm. So what is it now? Like after it's stretched out, how would you describe it?
long C.
It's long,
Okay,
right?
closer, getting closer.
Mhm.
Long C.
What does a clock represent? What does a clock
Time.
show?
Time.
Time.
Long
Long time.
Where's
Getting
this?
super close.
Long time C.
Long
time
time
see.
no see.
Long time
Yeah.
Time no see.
Correct.
Excellent. Good job, guys. So this is warming up your brain, okay? Should I go to the next one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so now we're gonna start off with some easy questions. So these will be the 3-pointer questions on the exam, just to like warm up your brains.
So what's
Where's
expected?
the
Oh,
These typically take less time to solve. They'll come more naturally, and you won't need as much thinking for them.
I
so
don't think the
everyone
diagram
takes,
is on the slide.
sorry?
The diagram isn't on the slide.
Oh,
What's
oh,
the
oh.
diagram?
Okay,
Hold on
I
one
have
second.
it. I have it on my screen. I can just hold it up. But that might be a hassle.
Here, I can just
Uh,
put the slide, and then
Just from a quick glance, I think 3.
do you want to draw? Nishka, on the screen? Why don't?
it's right here.
Deepali,
Okay,
could you
there.
draw on the? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we got it sorted out.
All
So
right,
you
so
guys
take
have 30
about-
seconds
Yeah, 30
to
seconds.
read through it and raise your hands, and Nishka will call you so that you can explain, okay?
I have my answer. Same.
Well, let's give everyone else like a little bit more time, and then we'll call on you.
All right, I think everyone's pretty much done. Arav, you want to explain?
My answer is D4. So the way I found it is first I took the two rectangles, the two bigger rectangles, and then I took the intersection in between those rectangles as a quadrilateral. And then I took the square of the earlier rectangle on the left minus the intersection.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, good job.
Anyone have any questions or get a different answer? No? All right, that's good. Okay, we can do the next question. So this one says, Sandra built the cube shown out of equally sized bricks. The shortest side of one brick is 4 centimeters long. What dimensions in centimeters does one brick have?
Oh no.
Sorry, I was trying to zoom it for you guys.
Oh,
You can see it now, right? Go ahead.
Uh,
I have my answer.
same.
All right. Let's give Neil a try for this one.
Okay. Okay. First, started out that the smallest side of any brick is this side length. And if that side length equals 4, then there's 6 of them in this cube going down here. And 4 times 6 is 24. So each side length of the cube is 24. That means that if there's 3 of these bricks here, 24 divided by 3 is 8. So we have 2 dimensions now, 4 and 8. And then there's the last dimension right here, which is also 24. But there's 2 bricks here, so you divide by 2. And 24 divided by 2 is 12. So the dimensions are 4 by 8 by 12, which is otherwise known as C.
Yep, that's right. So the key here is just realizing that it's a cube, right? Because if it wasn't a cube, we wouldn't be able to solve it as easily. So once you know that it's a cube, you can kind of work backwards. Good job,
Does
Neil.
anyone have any questions or solve it a different way? Okay, then I think we can move on. So this question says, the figure shows 3 concentric circles with 4 lines passing through their common center. What percentage of the figure is shaded?
Can you zoom out? I can. Okay. I have my answer.
I have my answer too.
I have my answer too.
All right, looks like most people have their answer. Other Arav? Do you want to try?
Okay. So I think it's E 50% because I just like took everything and like kind of put all the shaded pieces together. So, and then the left side of the circle is completely shaded. So that's how I got 50%.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So basically what he did is he took this one over here and he put it here. And so he found out that this was half, and he did the same for all the other ones. So yeah, typically they'll try to, I know this was an easy question, but even in the harder questions, they might try to throw you off by including like a bunch of random shapes, but always look for the pattern because they're never going to leave you with that one. Did anyone solve it differently? No, pretty much the same? Okay, good. All right, so now we're gonna look at some medium level questions. So these will be a little bit harder. You'll spend a little more time on them, but not too much because you want to save time for the hard ones. And these are worth 4 points.
And I would suggest like get a paper and a pencil,
Yeah.
or use your iPad or something like that, because everybody should be solving for these, okay?
So this one says Wanda has lots of pages of square paper whereby each page has an area of 4. She cuts each of the pages into right-angled triangles and squares. See the left-hand diagram. She takes a few of these pieces and forms the shape in the right-hand diagram. How big is the area of this shape? Give about a minute for this.
I have an answer.
Same, I have an answer.
I have my answer as well.
All right. It's been about a minute. Akshara, do you want to try?
I don't know if I'm right, but I think it's 6 because like actually no. Wait, I got the wrong answer. My bad. I'm sorry.
You can try to explain your thinking and then you can go from there. If you want to draw so others can see.
Give me 1 minute. Okay, so I got 6 by accident because like what I did was like I took each of the squares and then that's like 2 by 2, so 2 over here, like each square, and then 2 triangles make a square, so that's 4, and then I don't know, I did something wrong.
So you said that each of the side lengths of the square is 2?
Yes, because the area is 4, so for a square the sides are equal, so it's 2 by 2. And then so on this one it's like 1 by 1 because it's like a full sheet of paper.
So this is 1. So each of these squares is 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the area of this small square is
1.
1. And the area of this is also 1.
1, and then like you see like 2 triangles, so that's like 1, and then the other 2, that's 1, and then there's like the square that you can make out of this one, out of like the big triangle, so that's another 1, and then if you put the remaining 2 together, that's another 1. Now it's 6.
Yep, it is 6. You're right. So
So one thing I would like to suggest for this problem is kind of doing exactly what you did, moving around the pieces to form whole pieces instead of finding the area of each individual piece and adding them together, because you are on a time crunch during this exam.
yeah, so for the last one, you mentioned that you split this one into a square, right? But what you could have done also, it's not wrong what you did, but something that you could have done is, you know that this area is 4. So if you cut it in half, it's this triangle is 2, right? So then you already know that this is 2. There's no need to split it up. A good job. That's the right way. Did anyone do it differently? No? Okay. I think we can do the next one.
Okay, so this one says, George builds the sculpture shown from 7 cubes, each of edge length 1. How many more of these cubes must he add to the sculpture so that he builds a large cube of edge length 3? We'll give you guys like around 30 seconds for
I
this
have
one.
an answer.
I have an answer.
We'll give everyone else a little more time.
I have my answer.
I have my answer.
All right. Let's go ahead and call on Shrishti to explain.
I think it's D.
Okay, you want to explain why?
If like there's Wait. Wait, it's not D.
You can explain how you got there, and then we can try to fix.
And you can use the
Um,
annotate to draw on the page, Srishti.
So I did this. Wait. Can you see it?
no, I don't think we can.
Are you on the iPad?
Oh.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, now we can see it.
So I counted this square, this square, this square, the cubes. So I got the 6 cubes. Then I got the edge length 3. So I just thought if I multiplied them, but that's wrong.
But remember,
So-
there's no. Yeah, go ahead.
This question, it actually gives, it says George builds the sculpture from 7 cubes. So don't be tricked by the diagram. There's actually 7 cubes. There's probably one hiding in the back somewhere.
Or in the middle.
Yeah. So
you know that there are 7 cubes, right? And you want the final cube to be an edge length of 3. So what would the volume of the final cube be? If one side is 3, then how do you find the volume of the cube?
You'd have
So remember, the volume of a cube is you take the side and you cube it. It's just the length times the width times the height. So the volume equals side cubed. And we know that the side is 3, so what's the volume?
Oh, so if it's like that, oh, 3.
3 cubed.
Yeah, so that would be 9 times 3. Was it 9 times 3? So that would be 27. But
27 means that that is the total amount of cubes that we want, right?
yeah,
And we know
small
that we have.
volume
Yeah.
of 1.
What did you say?
Oh, I just said each small cube has a volume of 1.
Yeah. And we know that we have 7 cubes already. So how many more do we need?
to get
So this is where we want to be. And this is where we're at.
20 more.
Yeah, exactly. So it's basically just all you have to do is realize that 1 cube has a side length of 3. So that means that volume is equal to side cubed. So it has a volume of 1. And we know that the total volume has to be 27. So we just need 27 of those cubes. And we know we have 7 cubes, so we just need 20 more.
Okay.
Can we did you try it differently?
No, that's the same way I did it.
Okay. Neil, how about you? Did you try differently? Did you also try the same way? You got the same answer? Okay. Anyone else try differently? Akshara, go ahead, explain yours.
So I did this a bit more of a long way. I think the way that you guys showed it is much easier, but what I did was I counted So I see that each side has like 1 cube in it. So I just added cubes. So I know this can you can make an error with this, but this is what I did. So like yeah, I sort of drew it in my head. Like you would need you need 3 here, 3 at the top, then 4, 5, then plus 3 more, that's 8, and then for the middle, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then another 3, so 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I first solved it, that's how I did it too.
Mm-hmm.
I counted.
And I think that's not a lengthy way for this one because they have already laid out kind of a 3 by 3 cube for you, right?
Mhm.
The cube
Yeah.
itself is already 3 by 3. So visualizing that 3 by 3 as layers of 999 becomes very easier for you to calculate, right?
Right.
So for
Yes.
this picture, your approach is absolutely right and probably even fastest. But if they're showing a 3 by 3 cube, but if they're going to ask a cube of edge length, like let's say 5, 7, right? Then going down that path of how Deepali and Nishka were explaining to go to the cube and subtract the existing number of cubes becomes, that's the only way for you, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It's good that you
Anyone
have
else?
those visual skills because those are very good to have in this exam.
Yeah. That's what is it called? The spatial, um,
Awareness
the
and out.
spatial, yeah, visualization skills. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Can we go to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 5 circles, each with an area of 1 centimeter squared, overlap each other to form the figure in the diagram. The sections where 2 circles overlap each have an area of 1/8 centimeter cubed. How big is the area which is completely covered by the figure in the diagram?
I have an answer.
Same.
You guys are fast.
Was the question paper leaked? I'm just joking. Neil, you will get a chance this time, but let everyone else take some time to solve, okay?
I have my answer.
I have a
Whoever
question.
thinks you
Okay.
have an answer, put it on the chat, and we'll call one to explain. I already said Neil, so this one Neil will go, okay? If you have an answer, just put it in the chat.
Oh no, like put your answer in the chat.
Put your answer in the chat, not not that you have an answer. I should be more clear.
Okay, Neil, do you want to go ahead?
Okay. Here's what I did. Each of these circles have an area of 1, then the total area would be 5 if they didn't overlap in those spots. However, they do overlap, and each overlapping area has an area of 1/8. So, because these areas overlap, you'll need to subtract 1/8, and 1/8 for each time that they overlap. They overlap 4 times, so it would be 5 minus 4/8, which is a half. 5 minus 4/8 is 4.5, which is B.
Yeah, good job. That was really efficient. Does anyone else have a different way that they did it or get a different answer?
Tejasvi, Srushti, did you guys get the same answer?
Yeah, I got the same answer in the same way.
Okay.
I did the same.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
Hey, so sometimes you think like this cannot be a medium question, right? Because you're all able to solve it in like less than a minute. So when you see questions like that, say thank God and solve it and move on. Sometimes they do give, because you are all smart, you are able to solve these very quickly. Okay. Right, next question.
So this one says the big triangle ABCD is made up of 7 congruent smaller triangles in the diagram.
Oh, are you sure they are triangles?
Triangle.
I'm sorry. Rectangles. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Okay. What is the ratio AB to BC?
All right, if you solve it already and put your answer, put it on the chat. Put your answer in the chat and I'll call one of you to explain. Okay, I see answers coming up. I see. Oh, Neil is not sure. Okay, so Neil has to explain this. That's rare. Shara thinks it's A. Neil thinks it's B. I think we have a controversy.
Anyone else
Uh,
have any other guesses? Arav thinks it's B.
out of 1, out of 2.
We'll just call him R of C, and I'm assuming R of H.
Yes, out of C and out of H. Srishti, Tejasvi, do you need a couple more, little bit more time? You guys
This question
done?
is definitely on the harder side.
Yeah,
It's
sometimes
nearing
they
the
trick
end.
you.
Yeah, it's nearing the end of the level 4s, so that's why they're getting it harder.
This is more like a 4-pointer, but edging at a 5-pointer level, okay?
Neil says he's 100% sure.
Okay. Lots of confidence.
All right, looks like most people solved it.
Uh,
How about Akshara? You had A, right? Oh, you had B now. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I changed my mind now. I solved.
Okay. How about R of H? Do you want to explain?
Okay, so I got B, but I don't really understand the question, honestly. I kind of just put B because everyone else put B. I
Why
kind of
why don't we read together and let's see if we can understand this together, okay? Arav, go
Okay.
ahead. Read one sentence and stop where you need to stop after a few words to make sure you're able to read and understand what you're reading, okay?
Okay. The
Mm-hmm.
big rectangle ABCD is made up of 7 congruent smaller rectangles. See
Okay, what
diagram.
does that mean? What does that mean?
So the rectangle is divided up into 7 congruent smaller rectangles.
What does congruent mean?
Equal.
Equivalent?
Equal. And in size.
Okay. Nishka, is that right?
mm-hmm.
What is the ratio of AB over BC? Okay, so if they're all congruent, then AB, it has like 4 rectangles. So that would be 4. And then it's 2 going down, so I would think it would be 4 over 2, but it's not 4 over 2.
It would be 4 over 2 if the shapes were squares. But remember, one side is
Oh.
longer than the other.
Okay.
So let's try to assign each of these sides, let's say a variable, right?
Sorry, Dipali. Neil had his hand up. Is it okay if Neil
Oh yeah, go ahead.
shares? Go ahead, Neil.
Okay, so I'm not 100% sure how to solve it, but I said AB is split into 4 parts. Each of these 4 parts would be, let's say, 1. So that would make the top part of our proportion 4. And now to find the bottom part, we don't really have to find it because there's only one answer that has 4 as the top part, and that's B. So I choose B.
No, it's C. It's C. I got C after rechecking. Got C.
Okay, Arav,
Explain your answer.
I was thinking maybe C or D, but I went B because I'm not super sure.
Neil, what if there are multiples involved, right?
Yeah, what if there are?
go ahead,
Right. So
Arav.
go
Okay, so I took the
ahead,
same.
Neil.
I divided the top part into 4 parts and I labeled them as 1.
Go ahead, please annotate.
I'm on a computer, so I don't think I'll be able to
Okay,
annotate.
Dipali is doing it for you. Thank you, Dipali.
Okay, so then the bigger side length of the smaller 7 rectangles would be 4 divided by 3, which is 4/3 or 1 and 1/3. So then the others, the smaller side of the big rectangle would be 2/3 because it's the shorter side of the 7 congruent rectangles and the bigger side, which would be 2/3. And
Which side is 2/3?
the shorter side of BC is 2/3.
Aren't they all congruent rectangles?
Yeah,
And you just said that this was 1.
yeah, so that's 1.
So this is 1.
Yeah, that's 1. And 1 plus 4/3 is 2/3. No, 2 and 1/3.
Okay, 2 and 1/3.
Third, yeah. And then 4 over 2 and 1/3 I wrote it as thirds. Wait, so wait.
So you did 4 divided by 7 over 3, right? Which is equal to,
Wait,
you're on the right track.
2/3. Yeah, it's equal to 8/5. That's what I got.
How do you,
Try multiply reciprocal.
yeah. How do you divide by a fraction?
I did 4 times 3 over 7.
Mhm.
No, it's 12 over 7.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
nobody was right.
It was a difficult one, yeah.
Did everyone get it? Did anyone do differently?
So basically how Arav got that this side was 4/3 is he said that let me try a different color. That each of these there's 4 of them on the long side, right? But there's only 3 of them on the short side. And so these are equal because it's a rectangle, so the 2 sides have to be equal. So because each of these are 1, we can know that this one would be, since this entire thing is 4, and this one only has 3 parts, we know that if we divide 4 by 3, then that gives us each of these. So that's how he got the 4/3. And then what he did is he knew that because it was a rectangle, that this side would be the same as this side. And so he was able to find that this whole side is 7/3. And then in order to find the ratio of AB to BC, he just divided 4 by 7 over 3. Does that make
Everybody
sense?
cool? Everybody cool with this problem?
Yes.
Okay. How many of you are going to go and ask your parents this question today? Because if Tejasvi asked me, I wouldn't have. Okay. So you should definitely ask, and it's really fun to see parents say, "Go do your homework now." Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Arav and Neil, excellent job.
So a cube 3 by 3 by 3 is made from 1 by 1 by 1 white, gray, and black cubes as shown in the first diagram. The other two diagrams show the white part and the black part of the cube. Which of the following diagrams shows the gray part?
And I think I have an answer.
Put your answer on the chat.
You can go ahead and put it in the chat.
Try when you send it in the chat, just send it to one of us so that people aren't affected by what they see.
Okay. Chat work. My chat won't load.
It's okay. Hang on. Your friends are still solving it. Okay.
I got my answer as well.
Okay. Put it on the chat.
Who should I send it to?
You can
Send it to Dipali.
Okay.
Whoever is reading the question, you can send it to
The
them.
chat
Okay.
finally loaded. The chat finally
Okay.
loaded. Who do I send it to? Deepali iPad or Deepali Kanchpali?
Deepali Kanchanavali.
Okay.
Looks like most people got it. Tejasvi, why don't you explain this one?
Okay, so for me, I got E as my answer because first I looked at the cube and then I saw that like the white figure was in front. So I looked at the answer choices and I looked at the ones which had like the two cubes at the side. I can't annotate.
I got it, yeah.
Okay. And then it wasn't B because it has 3 cubes at the side, so I just crossed that one off. And then I looked at the black section part of it, and I saw that there was like a cube at the top, and there aren't 2 cubes, so I crossed off D because it has 2 cubes at the top. And then I crossed off A because I felt like it wasn't in the right direction, and I don't know, it didn't feel like it was in the right direction. Even when I turned it in my head, it didn't look like right.
And also there's this extra piece here.
Yeah. And then between C and E, I noticed that for C there isn't like a cube behind the bottom layer thing. And I thought there was one in the big cube, so that's why I chose E.
Yep. So just process of elimination. That's also one of the strategies that you guys should be using in the exam. Anyone solve it differently or get something else? Neil? Yeah?
So I used a slightly different strat. Instead of looking only for the top 2 parts, I looked for that full S shape. And only 2 of the cubes had that S shape, these 2. The other ones didn't have it, so I could easily cross them out. That way I only have 2 answers left. And out of those 2, I saw that there's an extra square on D, so I crossed that one out. And that means that the answer must be E.
Yep, that's a very effective way to do it, combining two shapes. You also did that way, Arav?
Yeah.
That can help you save on time. But Tejasvi, you were still right in the way you did it.
Okay. Good job, guys. Right, next one.
Yep. Okay. This one
Is
says
Nishpa going for this?
Okay. 5 squares are positioned as shown. The small square indicated has area 1. What is the value of h? This one's tricky.
What is that noise?
what?
What's that noise?
Oh, I'm just typing.
That's a noisy keyboard.
It's probably because it's right next to the mic. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Can I get a clue, please?
A clue? One of the clues I'll give you is try, in this case, you can actually assume a side length, and it'll help you.
I think answer. Think.
Should I type in the answer in the chat?
Sure, yeah.
I did.
Give it a little bit more time. Okay, I think 4 people have answered, so we'll just go ahead. How about Rakesh? Sorry, Neil. You can do the next one.
Okay, so I think it's D. So what I did is I honestly just like kind of estimated because I didn't know how to do it, so I kind of just estimated, and I think it's 4.2. So yeah.
Do you want to explain how you got 4.2?
I kind of just so I took the cube of 1
Mhm.
and I like kind of placed it along the sides of H, and I kind of got 4.2. Actually, I changed my answer. I changed it to C. I changed it to C.
Can I share how I got my answer?
Sure.
Am I sure also?
So hold on one second, Rakesh. One strategy that the strategy that you used, it actually worked in this case. The answer is C, but just be careful because sometimes your like the shapes won't be as clear. So like trying to place them in your head, it'll be a little bit risky because what if it says the figure's not to scale, right? Then you don't know what the actual size is.
Yep.
Can I explain how I got my answer?
Yeah, go ahead, Arav.
So the square right next to number 1, the second smallest square, I wrote that side length as 1 plus x, and x being the extra part out of 1, because like that part is x. So then the third smallest square would be 3 plus x, because 1 plus x plus 1 is 2. Well, no, that would be 2 plus x. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 1 plus x plus 1, so 2 plus x, and then the second smallest, no, the second biggest square would be 3 plus x,
Yep.
and then the largest square would be 4 plus x. So h would be 4 plus x minus x, because there's an extra part x in the entire side, so it would be 4.
Yeah, that's right. Neil, did you solve it the same way?
No, I kind of just assumed that x was 0.5 and did it that way.
Mm-hmm. You know what's interesting about this? The reason that I mentioned that you could assume is whatever side you put, x will always equal x, right? So even if you put the x is equal to 10 and you assume that the second smallest one had a side length of 11, it would have still worked out. It's pretty neat.
I just didn't want to assume and just used variables.
Yeah, it's a safe way to go that way. Yeah. If you did assume though, like if you didn't go the way that Arav did, I would suggest that you try with another number. So let's say you tried 11 for the first one, maybe you tried 12, and you see if you got the same answer, just in case. Anyone solve it differently? All right. Just wanted to let you guys know, me and Nishka pretty much argued over this for like 5 minutes, trying to solve it.
You both got the same answer?
Yeah, we ended up with the same answer, but we argued like, how do we go about it?
Yeah, this one's very tricky.
The interesting thing about this is they're asking you to find edge, but you should focus on that small thing that you don't know, right?
Yeah.
The X, like Arav called it as X.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. We have 3 more minutes. Should we go for another one?
Yeah, let's go to the hard one. I think there's, yeah.
Should we do one of this?
Yeah, I think this would be a good place to end.
Okay.
So this one says,
So what is,
oh, sorry.
sorry.
Oh, do you want me to
Go ahead,
finish?
Nishka.
Okay, what is the minimum number of cells of a 5 by 5 grid that have to be colored in so that every possible 1 by 4 rectangle and every 4 by 1 rectangle, respectively in the grid, has at least one cell colored in? I think a sheet of paper would be really useful for this one.
I think I have an answer.
Do you want to show your sheet of paper
This is my sheet of paper.
with the answer on it?
My answer. And this is my sheet of paper.
With the answer on it?
Yes.
Excellent. Hang on, guys. You can mail that to Dipali and she'll tell you in 100 days if your answer is right.
I gotta create the suspense, you know.
We should let someone else try this. It's okay if we go over a few minutes, okay?
I'll give everyone another minute. All right. Let's see. Who should we call?
Me.
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 Someone other than you two.
Me.
Okay, Akshara, how about you go ahead and explain how you did it?
Okay, so first what I did was multiply 5 by 5, just 25. And then 1 times 4 is 4. So then if you divide 25 by 4, you get 6 and 1/4. And it says like each 4 by 1 rectangle has to have at least one cell colored in. But if you only color in 6 of them, you'll still have one cell left. And there could be multiple rectangles in this because they could be horizontal or vertical. So you would have to color in 7 of them so that that one cell could be covered up, like could be colored in. That's what I did.
Okay. Did anyone else do it differently? That was a good method.
I think Arav
I
wanted to
did it
explain.
at first too.
I did it differently also.
Go ahead, Arav.
Okay, so I just colored the 5 down the center of the square. And that eliminated most of my answers.
Wait, you colored like that?
No, down the middle of the square.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that. And then I colored the 2 in the middle of the left and the middle of the right. No, the complete left and the complete right.
The entire middle row.
Yeah, like that.
Hey, but what about this? It doesn't have any color.
Oh wait.
It's a good try.
Neil, how about you go ahead?
Okay. I started out by just coloring in this diagonal here, and that eliminated almost everything, except for like a couple of stray ones, which I finished off with these.
That's actually the closest one. But does anyone have any other answers? Everyone got C?
Tejasvi? Srishti?
Oh yeah, the first time I did this, but then I changed it to the complete center for whatever reason.
Interesting.
You guys want me to tell you something? The answer is actually B.
What?
Yep. There is a different way that you can do it and still hit all the requirements.
Neil was actually really, really close.
Yeah,
but
Neil
it's
was actually
slightly
really
different.
close.
So give Neil one more chance.
Yeah.
Neil, do you want to take the screen? Try it.
If it's B, then I'm seeing. No, that would leave 2 open spots.
So remember, you want to get this one, and you also want to get this one. So these 2 border pieces are kind of your enemies here, even for the long rows.
I don't see a way.
Does anyone see a way?
Actually, wait. I see a way. No, I don't.
Maybe
Okay.
Nishka can
I
explain.
see it.
Go ahead.
So do you see it or you don't see it?
No, I don't.
All right, go ahead, Nishka. Explain the answer.
Okay, so for this one, me and Deepali truly had to experiment. And so the diagonals was actually a really good approach, but we did the diagonals slightly differently. So we did diagonals 4 in a row and then a different one 2 in a row. So this way you have all of the sides covered and all of the rectangles in the middle
It's okay,
have
Neil.
Neil,
I
Neil,
got
this was
four.
it was
This
really
was a very
hard.
hard
You were very
question.
close.
Yeah,
Ah!
I was
I
trying to
got
find a
these four.
pattern.
I got these four here, but then I messed up and thought I could only use 5 for some reason.
You were really close. You
The
were
key
really
to this one was truly experimentation. Like, it's just a lot of, I got this, I got 7, right? You guys were thinking you got 7, but is there another way I could get 6? Because in these questions where they ask like, which is at least, you want to try to go back one answer and see, is mine actually the least? So it's just experimentation.
How do you guys know 5 is not the answer?
Well, there's no really other way. Like you have to get these ones in because they like it shifts up like this, right?
So
So
these 4 are okay, right? The diagonal 4 are okay. What if
so you
you
just
know
have to
this?
check. You just have to check like this. In every one of these columns, do we have at least one colored in? And if you took
okay.
away one, that wouldn't be the
Yeah.
case.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
same for lengthwise, right?
Exactly, yeah. So this one has one right here, same here. It's very I'm completely cluttering the picture, but I'm sure you guys can see the point. Basically, what you want to do is start off by coloring the square that's not on the 2 outer ones. Because if it's on the outer ones, then you need another one in the sequence
other
of 4
rectangle.
squares below in order to guarantee that there's a colored one. So that's why we started off with this one right here, because we know that in both of those sequence of 4s, that block is going to be covered.
Okay. Excellent job. Guys, can we thank Nishka and Dipali for being amazing tutors today?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
I
Thank you all so much.
just wanted to mention we didn't get to cover 2 of the questions, so we'll be sending those in addition to homework because I think they were pretty good ones.
Excellent. Awesome, guys. See you soon, okay?
Bye.
Have a
Thank
happy
you.
Thanksgiving, okay?
Happy
Take
Thanksgiving.
time and relax.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Happy
Bye,
Thanksgiving.
everyone.
Bye.
Is your class next week?
No, in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. What is it? I think it's 2. Wait, okay, we need the first 2, second 2. Yeah, 3 more weeks.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.